Hello everyone! So before we get started on the news video, a big shout out to JD Raindrop. JD has been hanging out with us for quite a bit now. They do a lot of stop motion stuff, a handful of shorts, really cool stuff. And also, I've never actually looked at their channel banner before. I actually really like it. Like the Audubon Decepticon logo, King Ghidorah just hanging out there. If I was going to be a nerd, I'd be like, actually, Optimus shouldn't be as tall as King Ghidorah. Don't you actually watch Godzilla? But because I'm not a complete brain-dead nerd, I think it's cool. I've never actually seen, movie Bumblebee Prime mixed with King Ghidorah. And weirdly enough, Monsterverse designs and the Bumblebee movie designs actually look pretty sick together. But alright, let's actually get into the news for this week. A couple of sightings to go over, not much, but a couple. People are starting to find the new waves of the Studio Series Voyagers. That includes the re-release of Rise the Beast Optimus, which is a great re-release. It's an awesome looking toy. I was never able to get my hands on it. A lot of people weren't able to. But it's going back into the wild, which is awesome. It looks really, really good. That said, I'm just so happy with my Bumblebee movie Optimus. I don't know if I need this one still. But if I see it, I might get it. This one's cool too. So a while back, we talked about this Bingo Sports Optimus. It's finally coming out. So this is a Japanese exclusive thing. Bingo Sports, if I'm not mistaken, this is like a rally car that they have. And it's a pretty cool remold of Studio Series Crosshairs. And I just never thought that you could get a good-looking Last Night Optimus out of Crosshairs, and yet here we are. They actually captured the general shapes really well, especially in the torso. A couple of third-party things to go over this week. Now, this is technically third-party, but also technically not. So here's a really cool thing that happens around the time of Wonderfest in Japan, right? Companies will give a license to a company for 1 day. And that will turn whatever kit they sell that day into an official kit. It happens a lot with garage kits. Basically, in Japan, that's a thing that companies will do, basically to legitimize a lot of fan art and fan-made toys, is they will legitimize you for a day, give you a license for the day, and that makes the thing official, and it's supposed to just keep the community alive. The idea is like, hey, we're going to give you some official money, some official endorsement, and people will check out these model kits, and then maybe they'll check out more fan stuff. It's something that's really cool, and it would be awesome to see over here, but it probably would never happen. But the kind of official model kits, garage kits that are going to be coming out that are somewhat official, includes a beast mode for Optimus Primal, and I don't know why, he just looks really good to me. It's going to be impossible to get this guy if you're not at the fest. I say that. It's going to be very, very expensive. But I think he actually looks pretty good. We're also going to be getting Rat Trap. Same thing. Just a resin garage kit that you'll put together. But the coolest thing to me is that if you get both, you get this. Now what this is the Riot Shield. They used this in one episode of Season 1. It's the episode where it looks like the Predacons all died. But it was all just so the Maximals would repair their ship. And as a result, they were going to try to steal the ship later on. Primal and Cheetor use these shields to go and save Dinobot. It's a super cool accessory, and I just think it's awesome that it actually exists now. Some more third-party stuff. So this is a new company called QQT. They're going to be doing core class scaled figures. And I was like, why aren't we calling it Legends scale? It's because these guys are actually a little bit smaller than Legends. They're supposed to be in scale with core class, whereas most Legends toys are actually more in scale with the Scout class of a few years ago. So this is going to be their Bone Crusher and their Scavenger. They're doing Devastator, but they're also rolling out Predaking. And I find it so weird that we haven't seen all the Predacons. We've not seen Rampage by himself. But we have the others. We have Headstrong, we have Tantrum, we have Dive Bomb, we have Razor Claw. They all look good. You know, the Predacons are always going to look amazing together. Predaking's always going to look really, really good if you do it right. And this looks like it's going to be an incredible tiny Predaking. A couple of official reveals, just a handful to go over. So, EarthSpark is still around going into 2025, which is great because so far we'd only had rumors. seeing these guys makes me think, oh, we might actually be getting that new deluxe wave. We might actually be getting that sound wave. Until that happens, though, these are just a couple of, they're called smash changers. The idea is that you can roll them back, they'll crash into each other, and then they'll pop up. Overall, I think Thrash looks okay. Optimus is a little iffy. Bumblebee, iffy. Megatron just looks like the one-step changer. I honestly thought that was the one-step changer for a bit. If there was a Twitch, I would be all over this, just because for some reason Twitch's design always works, even in the kind of bad gimmick toys. But yeah, I don't need another Optimus, don't need another Bee, don't need another Megs. And Thrash, I don't know, I just don't like Thrash as much as Twitch. I can't even tell you why, I've just always liked Twitch more. It might be, you know, I'm big sibling, Twitch is big sibling, I like that. It's something I can relate to as a big dumb idiot that I am. This is the thing that caused all the discourse this week. So Star Convoy is going to be the new path for Titans figures going out, right? And he's going to be a lot smaller, a lot cheaper. But it seems as though Hasbro, in lieu of still doing new molds, is going to be redoing some of their older molds, starting with a repaint of Titans Return Trypticon. Now, I heard that in the rumor mill, and I was like, that's kind of boring, but then I'm happy because people are going to be able to get Trypticon. He's an incredible toy. It looks so good. It looks so good. It looks so good, and it's something that you see all over social media. Everyone is so tempted by this, and I can't even point to you. Like, what is the thing that's making everyone like this guy so much better? Because you look at the original Trypticon, he's not bad. And in some ways, I prefer that light gray to the dark gray. But this guy just pops so hard. And this is so dumb. The thing that makes me tempted is Full Tilt. So Full Tilt is already the best part of the original Trypticon. He is just a really good toy in his own right, and I'm sad that we never got like a reuse out of him. The new Full Tilt has more paint on him and is a better shade of purple in my opinion. It's so dumb, but that's what's making me tempted to possibly get another Trypticon, is I just want a better painted Full Tilt. In the meantime, I don't think I need it. I like my original Trypticon. I'm going to keep telling myself that, I'm going to be going to sleep, crying, but the whole time I'm just going to be muttering, I like my Trypticon, I like my Trypticon, I like my Trypticon. I can't go in on another Trypticon just for Full Tilt. But it looks cool. I'm really glad for anyone who doesn't have Trypticon, because you're going to be getting the better version right here. So that's awesome for newer fans. Here's the biggest news of the week to me. We finally got a look at the new wave of Blockies. We've seen everyone that's going to be in Wave 6. So we're starting off strong with IDW Orion Pax and IDW Autobot Megatron. Orion Pax is a cool design, but I don't like IDW Optimus, I'll be honest. Not IDW version 1 Optimus, I should say. Kind of like Prime Optimus. I think he misses some of the things I really like in an Optimus. But the design is still so cool that I really can't knock it. And then Autobot Megatron, oh boy, they've captured that design perfectly. That's already like my favorite Megatron design, at least like G1 style. I cannot wait to have this guy in my collection. This one was kind of the lame duck for me. Shattered Glass does nothing for me, really. But at the same time, I've seen so many people excited, because now we have 2 Shattered Glass figures. We have both a Ratchet and the Optimus. I know that Shattered Glass is a big thing in the fandom. I know there's so many people who just adore Shattered Glass. I'm sorry, that's not me. I really don't care one way or another about Shattered Glass. But it's still a good looking toy. I like the color scheme a lot. It's just, if you were to say, hey, Ron Bondajon, do a repaint of the Ironhide Ratchet mold, I probably would have gone for like Diaclone colors. And if not that, maybe like Energon Toe Line. Those would be my 2 picks. But this is still really cool. I'm happy it's here for Shattered Glass fans. Now this Kickback looks amazing. And look, his Tommy gun is still here. I talk about this sometimes. When I was growing up, I thought Kickback had a Tommy gun because of how like the ammo belly is. So I love how they kind of leaned into it here. And I think this Kickback just looks sick. Like, I mean this in the nicest way possible. This doesn't even look like a Blockies. This just looks like a really good version of Kickback's robot mode. I cannot wait to have him. I kind of hope he's shorter, than most Blockies, just because I like my Insecticons shorter. But even if he's not, I think that this is a great new trio to start cracking. Can't wait for Bombshell. Cannot wait for Bombshell. Dirge! So, I don't know why, but Dirge is always one of my pet favorites, and out of every Seeker, I tend to like to get toys of Dirge the most. I can't even tell you why. That goes all the way back to when I was a kid. I just always thought Dirge was so cool, and he looks so nice here. The gold, the blue, the gray, it's perfect. Can't wait for him. I guess that means that we're going to begin Thrust and Ramjet in future waves. Swoop! He's going to be the next Dinobot. We already kind of knew that, but Robot Mode Swoop looks great. The Dino Mode, I don't know. I've seen a couple pictures now, and I think it looks kind of iffy. I think it's just people are trying to pose it. I'm sure that when it's standing up straight, it's going to look fine. But Swoop, my favorite Dinobot. I think he's my favorite looking of the Robot Mode Dinobots as well. He just looks so nice. Wheeljack looks great. He is a massive gap in the shelf so far. So happy to see him here. Here's what was cool to me is look at his torso. They've added like weird greebly to him. And I realized this is more of an IDW Wheeljack. This looks way more like IDW Robots in Disguise Wheeljack than G1 Wheeljack to me. But like he's going to look good for either version of him. I've always had a soft spot for Jackie. I know a lot of people are going to be happy that he's in the collection. So that's just awesome. Here's who I'm excited for. Sunstreaker. He is gorgeous. I love how they actually kind of chromed out his vents behind his ears. And the head sculpt is just iconic. Everything here is exactly what I want. I think he looks so much better than Sideswipe. And Sideswipe was already a really good Blockies. So can't wait for him. Absolutely cannot wait for Sun. And that's the end. So, this was kind of a slow week, all things considered. If it weren't for Blockies, there really wouldn't have been much to talk about this week. But there was a lot of cool noise coming out of third party with the model kits and with the Legend Scale stuff. I'm happy to see that some stuff is finally starting to trickle out to stores and the post-holiday rush of things. And I'm more excited for Blockies Wave 6. I'll be honest. Maybe I'll say something different when I get these guys in hand. I've maintained for a long while that Wave 4 was the best wave of Blockies because there wasn't a dud in Wave 4. The weakest figure in Wave 4 was probably Nemesis, and yet he was still a really, really good figure. He would have been the best figure of any other wave he would have been a part of. I think Wave 5 might have Wave 4 beat. I also just realized this. This is the first wave of G1 Blockies to not be using the Wave 1 Optimus in any way. There is still a new Optimus here, so it's not like we've escaped the habit of having at least one Optimus alike in each wave. But it is kind of cool that this is finally the first wave to drop the Wave 1 Optimus body. And even the Seeker body that's going to be coming out, it's a new Seeker. He has new pieces to make the cone head. So overall, I'm really, really excited for the Blockies. I'm excited to see some of these other things begin to trickle out. And I'm hoping that we get more news on EarthSpark. I have a big soft spot for that show. I've always maintained Season 1 is incredible. The parts of Season 2 are less incredible to the point of probably not being good, but I still like it. So I'm hoping we get a new wave of deluxe EarthSpark guys. That's my big hope. And on that note, guys, I think that's all the news for this week. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see what we get up to next time.